look, very rarely does the title picture come right clear after a main event. Well, I was in there with Soul Brother Jared. Hey, you know Jared got that little afro. He big. Hey, right before his fight, I texted Dana White. I go, hey, Cannonier looks like me in my prime. And he just threw his phone on the ground like, dude.
He does not. No, he does not, bro.
But he goes out there and he knocks Derek Brunson cold with that elbow and type. Bang. It hits him with a back fist to knock him out. He is the number one contender. Mm-hmm. There is no ifs, ands, buts about it. But when you look at that as a fan of the game, does it excite you to see that Jared Cannonier is the guy?
No, it does. And it's kind of his journey. Like, I'm a journey guy because, you know, the football season is long. A guy who started fighting heavier and then had to lose the weight has now turned himself to a specimen at 185. And this is a guy, you know, Robert Whitaker beat, but he had to go through the Kelvin Gastelums. He had to get through the Derek Brunsons, who people probably don't pay attention to, was on a winning streak of his own. This was a huge fight between 3 and 4, and Jared Cannonier absolutely dominated. He went out and he got the knockout, and it was in explosive fashion. And so now you even saw Israel Adesanya thank him for beating Derek Brunson because he didn't want to have to fight that guy again. He felt like he already lapped him. He now gets a fresh opponent in there. And why that excites me is I feel like Jared Cannonier can bring the best out of Israel Adesanya. Isn't that what we want to see? Whether it's a win for him or a loss for Israel Adesanya, we want to see him pushed. We want to see the best Izzy we can possibly get on fight night. And I feel like right now, as the middleweight stand, Jared Cannonier is the right person for that, because I believe a guy like Robert Whitaker, who in the second fight fought the exact fight he was supposed to, when you fight that fight, you don't sometimes get the best Izzy because he's not going to come out of his shell. Izzy is not going to get out of character. Where I feel like when you fight a Jared Cannonier who's going to pressure him, who's going to try to make this fight ugly, who's going to try to use his strength, some of the things that he has as pluses or positives over Izzy, we'll see the Israel Adesanya that we're looking for in these big fights.
You know what, RC? I was giggling and laughing because when you look at the picture of Izzy and Jared, them brothers got some funny haircuts. I like, what's Izzy's little, hey, yo, I keep thinking about, like, what? I'm not the one to talk about nobody hair.
You care about hair because you don't have none. You don't have any.
I'm like, Izzy has this little weird little mushroom top thing, and then Cannonier got like a little short fro from the 70s. Hey, bro, these dudes, look at these dudes' haircuts, man. Like, these are millionaires, RC.
Bro, this look like if Shaft and Dolomite got into a fight.
It does, bro. There's 2 millionaires. Like, the only person that the haircut wears Kevin Durant. I don't know what Kevin Durant be doing with his haircuts, but he look bad.
That's called bad hair.
Back to the fight. Jared Cannonier is exciting because Jared Cannonier has also been in there with Anderson.
Yep.
If you remember when he fought Anderson, his approach was a little different than what we're used to seeing. He didn't overextend. He took his time, and he's so powerful that he landed those outside kicks that ultimately blew out Anderson's knee.
Yeah.
But that's Jared being so physically strong and so physically gifted. Can he do the same thing in front of Adesanya?
Right.
Can he take his time? Can he not overextend himself? Can he make sure that he's only taking the opportunities that are presented to him? Because, again, if he goes out there over-aggressive, he's going to get pieced up by Israel Adesanya. Dude, I'm telling you, his ability to see things and to punch and find spots are so much better than anyone I've seen in the octagon. You have to be willing, again, to just sit in front of him and not get out of position. Because he's going to embarrass you, bro. He embarrassed Paulo Costa.
No,
and then when
100%.
He embarrassed Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa fell down, face down. You know, Izzy jumped on top of him. It's crazy. Like, you can't do anything stupid with Adesanya. And I believe that Jared Cannonier, as in tune with himself as he is today, is not going to make any mistakes against Adesanya. And I think it's going to be a fantastic fight. And I'm happy that he looked at Dana. He goes, Dana, I'm the number one contender.
Yeah.
Dana's like, all right, man, you got it.
Nothing you can do.
You got it. All right.
And you know what?
I see you after that. You got it.
I think that's the good thing about watching his his approach or his opportunities come against Israel Adesanya. He had to beat people to get to this point. And I know most fighters do, right? You know, most fighters have to go through the gauntlet of the contenders in order to get the champion. But we've truly got an opportunity to watch Jared Cannonier do that almost slowly to get his opportunity to fight Israel Adesanya. And I think that's what makes this fight exciting. Not only the stylistic matchup or the level of athlete that both of these men are, but it's the fact that we can get explosiveness out of these two men. And I still feel like even going into Rob and Izzy this weekend, we knew what kind of fight it would have to be in order for Rob to make it a 5-round fight, in order for Rob to win. And I think that's what we got.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.